Please welcome back to the stage the incredible Joshua Thomas.
Hello, everyone. Hi. So I was told whenever I get nervous just to do a power stance, and so I'm just going to do my Superman pose in front of all of you tonight. So a week from tomorrow, I'll be attending my first Pride Parade. Given that I'm 27 years old, I've been out since I was 19, many people are surprised that I've never been to Pride before. But for many years, I never felt a sense of pride. All I felt was shame, fear, embarrassment, and anger. Growing up, being gay wasn't celebrated, it wasn't acknowledged, unless you were being tormented, but there was nothing to be proud of. I realized that I was gay when I was 7 years old, but I denied it. My brother, who was 12 years older than me, would tease me when his friends would come over. He would tell them, Joshua is going to be the gay one in the family. And I would cry out while stomping my foot on the ground, "No, I'm not!" as they laughed at me. And my mom, when she would ask me, "Are you gay?" I'll tell her, "No." And she would say, "Good, because if you were, you'd go to hell." I felt like everywhere that I went, my sexuality or my gender expression was being either judged or questioned. On the playground, kids will ask me, "Why do you sound like a girl?" So I will consciously try to deepen my voice. And then my mom, when she would ask me, "Why are you walking like a girl?" I would consciously try to adjust how I was walking, which I'm surprised a couple days later she didn't ask me why I was walking like I had a stick up my ass. I literally had no buffers. I didn't have any gay mentors. I didn't have a gay community to turn to for support or for guidance. There wasn't any crisis hotlines like Trevor's Project. Queer studies wasn't taught in my formative years. So I never learned about the courageous drag queens who bravely stood up during the riots in Stonewall, exerting the experience to never remain silent when faced with evil and injustices. I lived in such a gay bubble that I didn't even know pride parades even existed until I was in college. And even when I came out, I still face repression. My family started to accept me before I even did. One night when I called my mom, I asked her, "If I were to marry a man, would you attend my wedding?" And she told me, "Of course. You're my son. Why wouldn't I?" I realized that God made us as we are, and he makes no mistakes. And although that meant so much to me, I still suffered. After waking up in the hospital, after my suicide attempt, I realized that I had a second chance at life. And at this time, I was going to go on a journey to fully accept myself. So I started practicing Nichiren Buddhism, and I started chanting to be able to overcome my internalized homophobia and to find a community to support me through this process of healing. And through chanting, I found my friend Golden, who is African American. She's 27 years old, and she's queer, and she's a Nichiren Buddhist as well. And I surprisingly met her at work, too. But we formed a people of color and LGBTQ chanting group that we got together every week to chant together and to be able to heal together. And I also found my first gay mentor, Paul. Who has helped me find my voice and process the trauma that I've experienced through storytelling. And I also found community through the people who shared their stories tonight, through the Courageous Freedom LGBT group through my Buddhist organization, and through the LGBTQ affinity group at the Oregon Food Bank where I work, where that's the meeting that I attend on a regular basis, where we support and we hold each other when we experience microaggressions at work. And then that we even check on each other outside of work just to make sure we're doing okay. And today, I'm not haunted by my past feelings of shame, fear, embarrassment, or anger, but instead I feel love, I feel acceptance, I feel happiness, and I feel resilience. And next week, I'm going to celebrate, yes. I'm going to honor the victims of the Stonewall riots, and I'm going to have pride. Thank you.